is going to be charged at 5% withholding tax, and you will find this at clause 24 of this bill. The advance tax at clause 24, and the proposal, of course, is to increase this advance tax on saloon vehicles, on buses and minivans and trucks and so on. And the Prime Minister has walked you through this. The impact, of course, is what we are explaining. If this proposal passes, a normal truck will now be paying 60,000 instead of 20,000, and this obviously is going to affect all goods because all goods are based on transportation services. Reflect on again the people who do who offer taxi rides on various ride-hailing services. Those vehicles that are then used for this purpose they will be now paying 5,000, which is about double what they are paying now. And I want to encourage my colleague, the Honorable Bandi, to come up and help me with the balance of this presentation. And as I said at the end of the presentation, we will welcome Q&A. Now, clause 17 redefines, please come. Clause 17 redefines entities, including social welfare organizations, chamas, clubs, and so on. And what the clause is trying to say is anything you get beyond subscriptions will be considered business income. So now in your, and as the Prime Minister has explained, around the country, in every village, women, men, young people organize themselves in chamas and merry-go-rounds, and the effect of this clause is to consider whatever proceeds they receive as income, anything above subscription, and therefore subject to taxation at the normal 30%, which is the rate of income tax. You can see that this is obviously going to discourage savings amongst women, amongst youth groups, amongst anybody really who is in this circumstance. The last one, so that I invite Honorable Badi, is capital gains tax. Clause 26 proposes to introduce, in fact, not enhance, capital gains tax based on property if you put that property in a business. So when two partners get together and they start a business and you put your assets into that business, obviously the balance sheet of that business goes up. The value inside that business goes up. And the proposal at clause 26 is to tax it, to tax that incremental. I can see Professor Naituli is looking at me. Let me re-explain. What I'm saying, Professor, is like this. If Professor and Mheshimiwa Wajackoyah decide to start a business and you each put an asset in that business, obviously the balance sheet of that new business goes up by the value of the assets you've put in there. The proposal is that if that value is more than 20%, it should be taxed, which I can see the Honorable Kioni is looking at me. These are not my proposals, Honorable Kioni. This is what is contained in the finance bill at clause 26. So do not throw your cap at Badi and I. This is, it is a bit outlandish. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to invite my colleague, Honorable Bandi. Please proceed. You'll use that one.